You're listening to the Hacienda Life Podcast, the Lifestyle Edition, with your hosts, Chris, Simon, and Terrell.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the show. Good to see you again. The third episode. Gosh, we must be doing something
Good to have you back,
Got to be doing
Bruce.
something right.
Good to have you back.
You started to get used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, going to turn you into radio presenters and superstars, hopefully. So what we're going to cover this week is we've got the regulars, which is Simon's pick of the props. We've got Torrell's wine and dine reviews, which is something I'm looking forward to. But we'll just have a little bit of a couple of minutes catch up on what's happened over the last week. The weather's improved, I believe. So the rain hopefully is gone for good.
We think that winter is finished. We've had 3 weeks. We're sort of looking and going, okay, we've had enough now. The rain's done. We've got plenty of water. Let's have some sunshine, blue skies, which happened today.
Real.
Today was a really summer feeling.
Excellent.
20, I don't know, in the car, 24, 25, 26 degrees. So no, really.
Real. And we've got some new things coming in terms of hopefully, people will now see the new podcast art. So don't get too worried when it's not what you're used to. It's now hopefully a bit more vibrant and a bit more fun with Simon and Torrell's bits on the front of it.
An eye catch.
Yeah, and it's quite bright now.
Ice snack. Yeah.
And so that's looking good. And in terms of the updates, I mean, we're now, we're getting our usual viewers from around the world. It's consistent, right? So I'm still excited about the people in Japan and America. So these people are still there. They're not coming off. But what's really interesting is the people in Spain are catching up with the UK. The UK was our biggest listener base,
audience,
and now Spain is catching up.
All right.
So I thought that was quite interesting. So the stats are doing well. We're getting more and more guests coming on. We'll let you know a bit more in terms of when certain people are coming on. But I'm certainly excited because today we've got our first guest coming on. Who'll be joining us a little bit later on. But before we go down there, we've got a few things that we need to do. A bit of housekeeping in some respects because we've got Simon who's coming up next. We'll start off, Simon, doing your pick of the props first. And then I've got a few questions around property and all that kind of stuff. So I think...
Okay, well, let's see if I can nail it this week.
Yeah, this week now. Okay. Let's see if you can get it nailed. Here we go.
Simon's pick of the props.
This week we have a community villa, 2-bed, 2-bath, east facing with a community pool. That's coming at 169. That's a new listing. And number 2, we have 23 Alemania, which is a front 2-bath, has stunning open westerly views, and these guys are looking for a good offer. It's listed at 349,950. But staying at number 1 is our Los Olivos 3-bedroom penthouse, internal access to a solarium, stunning open views, and that's listed at 179,950.
Now that was nailed. Yeah, well done. You're becoming a pro at this now.
I didn't even have my clock out.
Good lad. See, it's just an absolute natural. And so, okay, so can I just go back on one of them? You said someone's looking for a good offer. What's that? Is that a villa? 3-bed?
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa built in 2002. It's in phase 1. It's west facing, overlooking the golf course.
Own pool,
10x5.
Wow.
Off-street parking. Possibility to extend by 60 square meters plus 20 square meter garage.
I think that's something that anyone's considering at that price, and they're looking for a good offer. I'd get in there.
They're looking for a good offer, and they are really nice neighbours.
Hole 17.
No, it's just down the road on our side.
Oh, that
nice neighbours.
Oh,
yeah,
that might be us.
Yeah.
Wow. Are they residents or are they?
Yeah, it's us. We're the neighbours. Well, Peggy's also a neighbour as well. So
right, okay. Well, that sounds good. I mean, I would certainly be, if I was
sniffing around that.
Yeah, go and have a quick sniff, and which then brings me on to that whole buying and selling process. Then, obviously, I know what it's like because I've bought in the last few years. But I think very briefly then, Simon, if you could just give us an outline as to the kind of costs that are involved in buying and selling, because they are different, aren't they?
They are different, absolutely. So they do vary by region. So I'm talking about the region of Murcia. We have two different options. You have a resale or you have a new build. So resale, you have your final fixed selling price, and all the percentages are based on that. So transfer tax is 8%. You have your solicitor's fees, that's 0.94% plus IVA. And you have your land registry and notary fees, which is 1 to 1.5%. So on a resale, you're looking at 10 to 10.5% of the value of the property to actually buy it. So it changes slightly for new build, because new build, we don't have the transfer tax, we have VAT, which is 10%. Then you add 2%, which is, I suppose, equivalent to your, what would you call it? Stamp duty?
Yeah.
Then solicitor's notary on top of that. And then for new build, you also have to pay for the installation of water and electricity meters. So on a new build property, you're probably looking at around 15 to 15.5% of the final fixed selling price.
And if you're buying from outside of Spain, always good to get a...
Absolutely. You technically don't have to have a solicitor if you're buying in Spain. There are a lot of Spanish agencies that will actually do the legals for you. But because we are doing with remote purchasers, so people that don't live here, people that don't have contacts, people that don't actually know the agents they're buying from.
And so, I had to appoint a, what is it called?
Solicitor.
No.
Abogado.
Where someone who does it all on your behalf. A notary.
Oh, so that's your solicitor that will sign a power of
attorney. That's it.
So you sign. And it's a remote purchase.
Yeah.
So you come out for 3 or 4 days, you've done your viewing, you've decided on the property you want to buy, you've made your offer, it's been accepted, and then as I say, in Spain you don't have to have a solicitor, but because we are remote, because we don't know the Spanish law, we would certainly advise 110% that you take a solicitor. You do have to pay for them. They can have a power of attorney for you, so they can do everything for you, except actually open a bank account. You have to physically be here to open a bank account, but they can sign, they can collect all the paperwork, they make sure that the property is free of debt, they make sure that it's got a building license, that it's got a certificate of habitation, so they are checking the whole thing for you, and they guarantee that.
Well,
obviously you're paying for it.
I used the on-site solicitors, Fernandez, and they did absolutely everything, even down to arranging me for the bank. So I just literally turned up. I had an appointment which they'd made for me at the bank.
Yes.
Just to sign the forms. And they did it. They set up all my direct debits. I don't have to worry about anything. Absolutely.
The only thing that they can't do is actually open an account for you.
Yeah.
You have to be here for that.
But they did all the water supply. They did all the setting up of the direct debits. So I don't have to worry about anything, which is just great. A perfect service from those. And in terms of, I know this might be, it's a bit like how long's a piece of string, but on average, how long would a purchase take?
That depends on purchaser and vendor. The quickest I've done from viewing to completion was over a weekend. So I think it was about 6 days.
Gosh.
So the people actually saw it, and within 6 days, they were the owner.
And just one other thing to bear in mind, once a deposit's been paid, is that non-refundable?
Yeah, it depends on, again, the deal that you've had. But generally what we're doing is we're taking a €3,000 reservation fee. When a property is listed with multi-agents, to secure that property, to secure your deal, we take a €3,000 reservation fee. That is generally non-refundable.
Yeah.
And then within 10 days, we'll have a proper sales contract drawn up with an inventory of the property. This is signed by both parties, and you then make the $3,000 up to a 10% deposit, and that's non-refundable as well.
And also, but if you are the purchaser, it's non-refundable. And also, the seller, if they pull out once you've got to that point.
Correct. It's called earnest money. So what happens is that you actually go and have signed, both parties have signed the sales contract, the 10% has been paid. If you come to a point, the vendor says, well, actually, I've changed my mind. I've had a higher offer, I've had this or whatever.
Yeah.
If he does that, you're guaranteed your deposit back plus the same amount in earnest money.
Wow. Okay.
So that's basically, and we can tie a set. I know it's very different in the UK, but we can tie a sale up within a matter of hours.
Gosh.
As in actually having tied in to the deal.
Well, I think that's a good thing because that gives you peace of mind, right?
Certainly.
And you're not going to get gazumped or anything.
Gazumped, and you're not waiting in the chain, and you're not reliant on 3 people down the chain to act, oh God, we can't go ahead because what such and such pulled down the chain has pulled out or whatever. Here, once you've made your decision and you've made your offer, you have to be 100% sure that you're going to go ahead with it because you're committing yourself.
Wow.
But also the seller is committing himself. And
listeners, I think that's really good information that Simon's given us there. And I think we've got potentially in the next couple of weeks, Fernandez, the solicitors going on.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And so maybe what you might want to do is get questions, if you've got any, over to us. I'll announce at the end of the podcast what our new mobile number is, because you can now leave us a WhatsApp voice memo if you want. Then that would be really cool if people could then leave us those, because then we can play them on the show once we've received them. But I'll give you the details of that at the end of this. And like I say, maybe for if we let people know when Fernandez solicitors are going to come on, we can get them to leave some questions. Maybe that'd be good.
Good idea.
And also,
I must say,
and also for our new feature, which is coming in later, which is all about confessions. That'd be great to get people to leave confessions on there as well, anonymously.
I'm sure Antonio hasn't got any confessions. He's a Catholic. He goes every week.
Really? Okay.
He likes a good laugh as well. And I must say, I need Antonio in my life. I mean, I need Simon in my life, but Antonio is really important too. He's the man. So yeah, it will be good to have him to clear up a few things.
Excellent. Okay. So thanks for that, Simon. Toral, let's jump in, because I know you've got some information about different types of food in the menus and stuff. And so I think we're going to go into Toral's wine and dine reviews and hear what you've got to say. So I'll just play this in.
Mrs. P's Wine and Dine recommendations. Because us girls just want to have fun.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ole. Do you know what the tapas actually mean? You asked about tapas last week, Chris.
I did.
Do you want me to clarify it?
Please.
It's actually, the story says that it was a restaurant owner in Andalusia who name was Diego, and there was a traveler he wanted to impress. He asked for a glass of sherry, and then he saw this wind coming in the dust, and he quickly covered the glass with a piece of ham. And so it started. Other people saw that and they wanted that too. So actually tapas means cover, lid to cover the glass for flies in dust and wind and stuff. But it has developed as a culinary tradition with regional differences. But it's a sign of Spanish hospitality. They share plates, people socialize, they're coming together in lovely conversations, and they sit together for hours. And the small plates comes up, and it comes, and they share, and they're happy. There's also a little bigger portions called ración. So actually here at the Hacienda, we have a tapas bar. We have Manolo. He's a Spanish chef, and he has been here for years in different venues here. So we know him well, and he knows us well. And he is situated with the view to the golf course, this beautiful golf course, and the sundown. And nowadays he is offering what we forgot to clear completely last week too, was Menu del Dia. That is a menu with 3 courses, and including a drink or coffee or dessert or something. It's a bit different, it depends where they are. But like from 14 euros a whole meal. And Manolo, he's at the moment, it's like tapas coming to your table. You don't know what you get. You might just be surprised, and that's very exciting. Or you can get his fixed menus. He's changing it every day, I think, more or less.
Is Manolo's open for lunch and evening? Because I mean, there are some beautiful sunsets that you can get from that.
Stunning sundowns.
Yeah, but I didn't know how often he's open.
He's only closed on Monday night at the moment, and he has been doing that all winter, so it has been good.
So you can get lunch there. So from 12 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, breakfast time.
No, he doesn't do breakfast. I think he's open from 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. So
and every evening is beautiful. You can pre-ask him whatever you want, and he makes it for you.
Okay. So is it? I was going to say, what style of food is it? Is it kind of traditional Spanish food? Is it?
Yeah, it is traditional Spanish food when it comes to the tapas and the main courses. But he also makes pizza and pasta. Okay. And that's really good too. And he has an open kitchen. You can watch him work. So it's a good atmosphere. And
okay, well that's good.
Feel welcome.
So on HJ itself, Manolo's sounds like the place for me for tapas. So
yes,
are you ready to give it a score? So again, listeners, Toral's taught me something here, which is when I said, why did you score them 1 to 5? He says, well, in Norway we have a score that we call a roll of the dice, and I initially thought, well, you can't do that. That's like a random number. If you roll the dice, you can't. You might get a 1. I said, no. It's called roll the dice. She said, but we that's what we do.
Number.
Yeah, she picks a number. So on that basis, we now have a score coming from Toral from the roll of the dice. Here we go.
Manolo, I give you a 6. I love the number 6.
No. So 6 now.
It's because of the view and the quality of the food and the kind service.
And you can stagger home.
And I can on my high heels.
Excellent. So that's Manolo's. Well done. Second.
Yeah. So we took our new Australian friends coming all the way, moving here from Australia.
Okay.
Fantastic. To a place now called Venta la Asomada, which means the view from the mountain. They were sitting up there to watch the ocean to protect the city Murcia from the Arabs. It used to be called, it's a family-owned place. It used to call Venta Puerta Una.
Okay.
But it was a bit confusing because there is Venta Puerta Una y Dos. So when you book, you have sometimes to book because it's a very popular place, Spanish environment. The owner is very welcoming you and looking after you. And they do wine and food tasting there. And you feel the atmosphere when you walk into the door with big serrano hams hanging from the roof.
Yeah. And
also there is a shop where you can buy quality wines and meat when you leave. And Simon and I, we used to love to sit at the bar picking the tapas from the counter. Yeah, we still do. But this time we had a high table with the 4 of us.
Okay.
And we picked lots of things from the menu, and there were like tapas or raciones to share. And I think like a good adventure there. You don't need to pay more than 50, 40 to, it depends how hungry you are. I'm always hungry, so I order too much.
Depends how much you drink.
And is that per person?
No, for us, a couple is...
It's 50 euros for a couple. So
yeah.
25 to 35 euros
for two.
That doesn't seem bad.
No. And it's lots of fresh food.
Good.
Yeah, of course, I eat and drink a lot.
So, okay then. So are we ready for the score?
I am. I give you a 5 because I have to try.
Excellent. Brilliant. So I think that's good. You're becoming brilliant now. This is like a rehearsal. So this me accidentally pressing the record button. I'm sorry, but yeah, you are so better now. This is brilliant. We're down to 21 minutes now. This is fantastic.
So high-speed podcast.
It is a high-speed one now. So sorry about that before, but okay, well, that's done. What have we missed? Have we missed anything? Have we got anything?
We've got another.
We have another. We have a 3. Number 3, we have an Asian thing.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I told you when some days when I try to cheer up Simon, he's always a happy pal, but sometimes he can be a little potty from the morning and say, "Hey Simon, shall we go to Leroy Merlin?" And I know that's always a good thing because he loves to walk around and look at all these little things and little things he can use to make nothing.
For people that are listening in the UK, Leroy Merlin is the Spanish equivalent of B&Q.
Absolutely. Oh, it's amazing. Huh?
Or Wix.
Yeah.
I used to work at Wix.
Oh, okay. That's why he likes it. That's why he likes it.
In another life, I worked at Wix.
He loves it there. I don't love it there, but I keep going because I know I can have a lovely lunch after. So this is the place, I know you know that place before. It was named Yahoo, was an Asian place. I know they have changed that. We were a bit, when we found out, when we came in there, Simon was not seriously happy and he wanted to leave immediately because this is not for me, he said. But then said, let's give it a try. And it's called Yo Sushi.
Okay, yes.
And it's a Japanese.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fast food. You don't interact with the waiter that much. You have a QR code. You need your phone.
Yeah.
And to read the menu from that, you can have a menu so you can see the pictures of everything. It's a huge menu. Lots of sushi and all kind of Japanese food, like actually a tapas as well.
Okay.
So that's why I'm mentioning it, because today I'm really onto this tapas thing.
Yeah, real.
And so we stayed and we love it. We will be back. We have been back several times already.
2 times.
2 times, yeah.
Is it still as big as it was? Because it's quite a big...
Yes. It's huge.
Yeah.
And they still have this computer cat coming with your food. I love that. Meow.
I've not experienced that, so I think I'll go just for that.
Yeah, I like it. It's great.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's something different.
You know, if you order on your phone and that's it. You don't have to wait for a waiter or wait them over or...
Got you.
You know, you have your table number. I want another beer. Bosh. And it's there.
Yeah, and actually lovely wines by glass, which is really important for this Mrs. P. But I was really surprised how many Spanish people who are using that place. Don't you think, Simon?
Yeah, very much so.
Very much. Families and popular.
Okay.
Popular. Lovely. Lovely food.
All right, so ready for your score?
I am. I give it a 4.
Oh.
Because I can't do this anymore. It's the QR code.
Oh. Yes. So
I'm too old.
You've got, people of a certain age. That's what you're saying. You need to bring someone young with you who's technically savvy.
Absolutely. And I love the interaction with the camareros, the waiters. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They use like candies and such, yeah.
Brilliant.
She likes the eye candy waiters. Okay. I remember that. Meow.
Meow.
Brilliant. Now, one thing. Sorry, Simon. Can we just quickly go over the thing about the property that was on the TV last night?
Yes.
So again, I don't know if anybody saw this, but on Channel 4 in the UK, we have a program called A Place in the Sun. And last night it was A Place in the Sun revisited. And it had a lady that originally was looking on the Costa del Sol, but then ended up buying on HDA. And I believe, Simon, you might have been the person responsible for selling that.
Indeed I was. Not through A Place in the Sun, because Generally, if a place in the sun comes to Hacienda not already visited, then one of the agents here that advertises with Place in the Sun will actually be out with the client.
Oh, got you.
So we have had those sorts of episodes. But I think Peggy is the lady's name. She lives next door, but how many? Two? Next door, but two, overlooking the golf course.
Such a lovely lady with this lovely cat, Cleopatra.
Well, I can't believe, right, that there's only her. She was with her mother on the TV, and you're saying her mother doesn't live with her, she just pops out occasionally to see her. Because, and what's the lady's name again? Sorry? Peggy. So
Peggy O'Day.
So my shout out to Peggy is, that's a massive place, Peggy, just for you. so I don't know whether you bought it as a party house, but I think we need to maybe get a few more parties around there. And also make use of your pizza oven that you had on the TV last night, because
definitely.
It looks brilliant. And skinny dipping in the pool.
Oh,
Ooh.
definitely. Oh, my goodness me. And she's a brilliant, the golfer. She's the golfer. She's amazing. She can hit that ball, that girl.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Yeah.
So shout out to her, because I thought it, because when I've watched A Place in the Sun a few times now, when they've gone, we're going to be down in the Murcia region or Marmorel, they don't tend to have that many on HDA. I've seen a few, but I wonder why that is.
Well, I've seen a few. I was not impressed how they spoke about the resort. It was like they didn't know anything about it.
No, they didn't know anything about it.
So welcome back. Welcome back.
No, so I thought it was good.
Yeah, this was lovely, and the garden, they showed the really good garden, and also the environment down by the sea.
She said that she was going to make some changes to it. Have you seen those changes yet?
No.
Oh.
She's too busy golfing.
Oh, okay.
and socializing. She's a popular girl here.
Well, all I would say is, the reason I mentioned that is because you can have catch up with this. So if you missed it, you can actually go onto the Channel 4 website and get to play it again. I don't know how long it's on there for, but you can go in there and do like an on-demand view and have a look at it. She's our local TV star now then. So we've got you two coming through on the radio kind of podcasting area. We've got sort of TV celebrities on there as well now.
Yeah,
it's becoming a hub of media superstars.
It's a place with celebrities.
Excellent. Okay, so I think is that it now for the wine and dine?
Yeah, well, I started this morning. You said, how was this week?
Yeah.
I started this morning. I've been a lot out and about, and it's been a lovely week. And this morning I was invited to a lovely friend. The lovely ladies were there, and we had an early morning with delicious cakes and pies and, of course, bubbles.
Oh.
It was meant to be an afternoon tea, but we do it in the morning. Let's start early and enjoy the day.
Is there, Simon, there seems to be an awful lot of these kind of ladies groups and everything else. What do the guys do?
Oh, on their own?
Well, I mean, is there no kind of like,
No. There isn't actually a single group guy just for groups, because it seems to be infiltrated by ladies. So there's Ronnie, who's a full-time resident here. He does Killer Pool down at Harvey's on a Monday.
Yep.
And
one lady involved.
At least one. Ronnie also runs a Thursday Stars, so they use the actual academy course.
Okay.
So they do use the 6-hole academy course, and they go around 3 times rather than having to play on the main course.
Right.
And there are at least 2 ladies playing that.
Yeah, and more to come.
Yes.
However, I know about one men's group, and they will never invite any of us girls in it. And they meet at Lochy's for their Friday breakfast, and it's called the Cholesterol Club.
Oh.
And it's strictly
men only.
Men only.
Wow.
And only
bacon and eggs and English breakfast.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Lots of sausage, lots of grease.
And serious conversation. Oh, yeah. No ladies. No.
I get that. Right. I'm just trying to think though, because Lochy's, they're all women who serve. They could be infiltrating that way.
Might be.
You know what, Simon? We're never safe, are we? We are never safe.
No. There is no man's single domain. No.
So I think that is it from us. Now, honestly,
Excellent.
Listeners, I'm probably not the most popular person at the moment because this is now the third time we've tried to record it this week because we had some sound issues on Wednesday, and we've this evening we started and we said our goodbyes. So yeah, thanks very much. And Simon took his headphones off and off he goes. And I go, oh, I forgot to press the record button.
Oh, dear.
So I am not I'm in the doghouse.
We all done that when we see this amazing thing. I'm recording this.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I could. But if you were me, everybody, you would now see these guys are getting it down to perfection. Now they've done it so many times, and it's
Oh my God! Who would think that you, Chris, was the one who was going to do the first laugh?
Oh yeah. And so we are now going to say, well, I think now we can say, do you know what? Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
It will be out on Saturday morning.
Perfect.
9:00 European time. Although the clocks go forward here in the UK this weekend.
Same here.
Same here.
Oh, do they?
Same here.
Oh, so we're still an hour behind.
But that's Sunday.
Yes, it is Sunday.
That changed recently. Used to be 2 at some point.
It did.
Okay, it's the
Going
same.
back a while.
And it's Mother's Day on Sunday in
It is.
England.
Yes. Right, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks very
Promise
much.
this time now, Simon, you can go and have a bag or drink or whatever it might be. and I will not be calling you back. Unfortunately,
No
Doral,
worries.
you are staying, aren't you?
Always a pleasure.
I am
All right.
staying because what is going to happen now, Chris?
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Brought to you by Funky Bear Productions. Follow us on our socials @Funky Bear Productions.